Good morning, everyone. This is January the 7th, 9 a.m. It's 1 degree out. It's not a bad morning. I'm walking around in downtown Halifax today. I'm doing double duty. I had to drop my car off in the shop and I won't be getting it back till later on today. So I guess this is a good morning for a video. And the rain was coming down pretty good, but it seems to be stopped somewhat now. So I'm just going to walk around downtown and see what we can do today. Because I can't go anywhere else. I got to wait around until they call me and let me know my car is fixed. My heater quit right in the cold weather. Can you imagine? You have no heater in your car. It's pretty cold driving around. But they're supposed to fix it today. Hopefully, it'll all be fixed when I need to go home. So how's everybody today? As you enjoy the Christmas holidays and New Year's and everybody's back to work and feeling somewhat refreshed after that long holidays we had? I hope so. And I'm having a great morning just out here walking around. It's not too bad. I got a bit of wind, but I don't think that's going to bother me today because I got a microphone for my camera here now, and it's inside my jacket, so hopefully it'll pick up my voice and not the wind. That's what I'm going for. Pick up my voice and don't pick up the wind. It should work. It's just down inside my coat there, but I fastened my coat up because I didn't want to get rain on it, but maybe let me open up just a little bit here and try that. I think that's out of the way. The main thing is got to be shielded from the wind. If you get wind blowing in your microphone, it's not much better than blow it into your phone, so I'm hoping for the best here today. There's a bit of wind, but that's okay. I think we'll be all right. So anyways, I was on Spring Garden, but I took a left turn, and I guess I'm up to Artillery Street. And we'll walk down that and see what we find to do down here. Probably not much. It's very early in the morning yet, but there's a lot of traffic, a lot of people on their way to work, and a lot of trucks and maintenance equipment and things like that out. So anyways, I'm just going to spend my time downtown, I guess. Maybe not. It's hard to say. Might do something different later on. Depends on when I get my call to go back and get my car. But walking is good for a person, so I don't mind out here walking around today. So we'll go back down Birmingham Street. A lot of these little streets downtown, I don't know the name of them. I just looking for the street sign because you, the viewer, may know the name of those streets, and someone else may not. So I'll just say them anyways, and it's just a short street. So anyway, we're walking back down towards Spring Garden Road. Usually when I walk on Spring Garden Road, I'm only on Spring Garden Road. So today I'm going to kind of crisscross some of the side streets here, and you can have a look at the streets that goes off of Spring Garden Road as well as Spring Garden Road, which is a main street here in Halifax for those who don't know. Spring Garden Road is one of our main shopping streets. Lots of stores, restaurants, coffee shops, clothes places, banks, because I'm looking at one right now, Central Trust right there. Well, that's what made me say banks, but there are a couple, 2 or 3 here. So anyways, right across the road, maybe we'll go take a look at that. About I think about, maybe not a month ago, less than that, right around Christmas time, maybe just before Christmas, there was about 5 stores right there where that construction job is. And I came by here one morning and they were all leveled, all the stores. So they're making room for a big project here, which I would imagine will be a condo or two, at least one, and there will likely be some shops on the bottom. But we're going to go over and look at the site here and see what they're doing with it. They've got most of the rubble cleaned up now. I see some trucks hauling out of here. There's none here at the moment, but there were some hauling out of here. And of course, this is right next to the library, which is right there. And so I would imagine it's going to be a nice, modern-looking building going in here to complement the things around it. There's one in the back who's not that old, and there's one over there still under construction. And this is probably going to just kind of go along with everything else that's here, that's new. So we'll get right up close to the fence here and look through. And there's a lot of work goes in here before they start going up. They got to dig a hole, they got to do all the plumbing, the electrical, and all that kind of stuff before they start going up. And so they'll probably be, it won't be rising this year, I don't imagine it'll be next year. But they might have a crane up here before the spring. We'll probably have a crane up here. And I see some walls there, like something was right there where those walls are before. And so you never know. There could be history here. It goes back. Could have been 2 or 3 different types of buildings there over the years. Then they got demolished and new ones built. And now it's time for another new one. So we're walking along the Spring Garden here. And I think I'll take a left turn right here and go up Queen Street. The wind's blowing, but I don't think it's going to bother my microphone because it's under my jacket, and I hope you can hear me all right. We'll find out when I get home and listen to this if my voice is audible, because I got my mask on as well. And my mask is on and my microphone is under my jacket. So I'm hoping that all is well. I see there's a little sound bar on my phone here, and I can see it moving. So looks like I got it peaked up there pretty good. I don't want to start it distortion in it because I've overloaded the microphone, so I have to be kind of careful about that. So I'm just going to take a look at it here. Yeah, the street noise brings it up about half. And when I talk, it's bringing it up about 3/4. I think that would probably be good. If I don't talk too loud, it should be all right. So I'm going up Queen Street, which I was on this street one time before, and covered some small stores and things on this street. But today we're just walking around and try to mention things that I haven't mentioned before. If that's possible, I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I'll find something I haven't mentioned. And that looks like underground parking for that place right there. All right, we'll go across here. There's a good angle of the library. I haven't seen from that angle. So that looks pretty nice, looking down the street at the library. Queen Street, pointing towards the library. Makes a nice picture right there. Okay. So we're braving the wind. We're hoping that we're not picking up any wind noise because my microphone is under my jacket. So we're hoping that this works. And if this works well, then I know what to do from now on. Just put it right up by my collar and put my jacket over the top. and we'll keep the wind out. There is a little windscreen on it, but it's really tiny. So I'm looking for something to improve on that. I know they got these things, they look like a ball of fire or something, and you put your microphone inside that. I'm not sure where they're getting them. Maybe I'll look online and maybe I can find one. Probably if I search, I'll find one of those. And they help a lot. You can pin it right on the outside of your jacket. And that big ball that goes around it kind of keeps the wind off the mic, but you can still talk in it. Now, if you're ever downtown here on the weekend at night and you want a cheap place to park, right in there, I think it's $1 an hour, I believe, on the weekend. I think it's $1 an hour. There's a sign over here that says the rate. I think it says the rate, and we'll go check it out. But I think on the weekend, because we parked there before, and only paid like a couple of dollars. No, this is daily through the week. It's $2 per hour. I guess $2 an hour, which isn't bad. Consider your car's inside, it won't snow on it, and all that kind of stuff. And you can leave your car overnight, 5 p.m. to 9 a.m. for $8. Yeah, on the weekends you can park here all day for $5. That's good. And this place is out of the elements, like if it's snowing or freezing rain or anything, you don't have to worry when you come back, your car will be all cleaned off. So I parked in there twice now, and I thought it was a pretty handy place right here, right. And I tell you, it's not busy. On the weekend, you go in there on Saturday night, and that place is not all that busy. So you can get parked quite easy, and you got a nice place to leave your car. And I think my gimbal's got a mind of its own here again. There we go. Okay. I had to talk nice to my gimbal and then it would behave. All right. So that's a good parking spot. That is on. It's off of Queen. And I might be able to tell you the name of the street that's on. But there don't seem to be any street signs right here. And I'm not familiar enough to tell you what the name of that street is. But it would be nice if you knew, then you know where to come down here. So I guess all I can tell you, come up Spring Garden Road, and right past the old library, the very first roadway, make a right. And if you're coming off of Barrington, you come up Spring Garden, make a right on the first street, right after the old library. And then make a left on that first street. And then the parking is just like 50 feet in here from that corner. And so there's the parking lot right over there. And right over there is the old public library. So right here, right on this corner, is the parking lot. It's a great place to park on the weekend if you're downtown. You want to go to a restaurant or something. You don't want to leave your car on the street. You want to park at a nice spot. Well, that's the place to go. And it's $2. Well, you might pay, if it's $2 an hour, you might pay $4 because it wouldn't be in a restaurant. Any longer than that, not likely. So, yeah, that's very cheap. Yeah, and then, like I said, it's out of the elements. It's a good place to park your car. So, okay, we'll move on here. Remember that building right there? At Christmas time, they had a whole bunch of, I see the trees are still in there. They're all decorated up. I had that in one of my videos. I think it was my 100 subscriber video. I had those trees in there. And these shops right here too. So I won't cover those again today. I'm just looking at an interesting shop right beside me here. They've got a lot of pottery and knickknacks, and I don't know what all's in there. It looks like furniture as well, and some old glass bottles and couches and tables, chairs, all kinds of antique. I guess it's an antique store is what it is. And here's an item that'd be really good when your power's out. A glass shades in, you light your candle and it shines better because of glass around it. So that's pretty nice. I don't know what this name of the shop is called. We will see. This street that I was just on is Doyle Street. I'm at the corner of Queen and Doyle. So this particular store right here, I'll see if I can find the name of it for you, and then you'll know where to come. Reserve customer parking. Let's see. I think it's called 31 Westgate. That's the address. 31 Westgate. I'm not sure the name of the store, but anyway, there's the address. 31 Westgate. It looks like you got a whole bunch of antique furniture, chairs, and all kinds of things in there, lamps. And if you're into antiques, that's the place to go. All right. We will move on down. It's amazing what you can find in just a tiny area when you start looking into things. There's usually a lot more than you see just walking around at first glance. And I'm sure that's the case today. If we just start looking around at some of the details, we'll see some interesting things, no doubt. This is the place that had the Christmas trees over Christmas. All of those tree things were all lit up, and they were branches and stuff on them, but it's all pretty much taken down now. So there's the corner where they're under the construction. As you can see from this corner, there's a lot of new buildings that's gone up right there. So that will just complement everything else that's already here. And I think we'll go towards the south end a little bit. Maybe not too far, but we'll walk over here a little bit and see what. I hardly ever go down the south end. I guess it's because there's not many stores down there and places to shop and things like that. The university's down there and things like that, and residences and apartments for students and that kind of stuff. About the only things down there that I will go to in the south end, there's the Tim Hortons down there on Barrington, and there's a supermarket down there in the same area. And there's not a whole lot that I really, it's mostly for living down there. If you want to live in a quieter end of the city, South End is probably a good place to live. But if you like the hustle and bustle, like I kind of do, then that's probably not the part of the city you want to live in. You might think it's kind of dead. So to each his own. I really get excited when I see new buildings going up, because that means the city's not dead. This city is very much alive, and they're constantly building new things. So it makes me feel good to see construction, see things being built, stuff going up. And I'll feel really good once we get rid of this COVID virus and life returns to normal here again. I think we're all wanting to see that. We're craving the normal. We want to get back to what we had. When you could walk around the street with a group of people and you could go into restaurants with people, you could socialize. We don't have much of a social life these days. And for a social person like me that likes to talk, it's torture not being able to, just sit down and go to a restaurant with a couple of people and sit and talk for a couple of hours. And that's just something I like doing. I really miss it, I gotta say. But we'll walk down towards the south end here and see what we can find to comment on or do or look at. There's quite a bit of construction right there. This is the spot, I do believe, last year in the hurricane where the crane blew over. That's the spot right there. So that set that job back quite a little bit. But I see they're coming right along with it good now. So it looks like it was only a temporary setback and things are moving along. I'm not sure right now if the students are in university or not. But I would expect they probably are. And we're doing pretty good in Atlantic Canada as far as the virus goes. There's a few cases popping up. But I think they were due to travel at Christmas time and New Year's. Maybe things will settle down now. We got people back here and they're not traveling anymore. And it probably return to normal, maybe a little bit lower now. We're hoping. That's all we can do is hope. I'm doing my part. I'm staying away from people, pretty much. Wearing my mask. I got my mask on now. I wouldn't really have to, but because I'm by myself here, but it's on. And so I'm doing my part. I wear it when I go into my building, in case I encounter anybody in there. And well, I'm just hoping that this microphone is going to be good where it is, and you're not going to be able to hear the wind blowing, because there is some wind. But we'll see. If it works good, then I'll know I'm good with how I'm doing it today. That's how you learn. You just have to try things. And if it works out, that's great. If it don't work out, you got to try something else. So I'm down in the south end here now. I'm still on Queen Street. So that's good. I guess we'll see how far this goes down here. I'll make mention, I'll put a little plug in for the garage that works on my car. They're very good. I found them to be honest people, and they got good mechanics in there. They can usually solve the problem in a short time. And that is Todd's Service Center. I'm not sure if I got the right name, but it's Todd's, and it's a Todd's Napa Auto Center. And you just go down past Tim Hortons on Barrington and go around that turn, and it's right there on the left. And I found them to be excellent. And here's an example why I say that. I took my car to another garage. The engine light was coming on. It was idling really rough. And so I went to another garage. They charged me over $200, put a part on it, and turned out the engine light. I asked them when I got the car back, I said, engine light out? Yeah, well, we reset it, it's out. Okay. I started down the road, wouldn't have been a kilometer away from the garage. Engine light came back on, car still running rough. So I debated whether to go back there and tell them it wasn't fixed. But I know they did put the part on. Then I decided, well, what can it hurt? They put a part on, maybe it needs two parts. Maybe they put the wrong part. I'm not sure. But it's already on, so, and I'd already paid them, so I booked an appointment down at Todd's. Took it in there. Wasn't very long. The guy called me to come have a look. I looked. There was something loose under the hood. You just take that cover off, and he showed me it. He said, that's what we got to have right there. That one's no good. And you can hear the air sucking around it when it moves. And he said, if we change that, the car will be idling good, and it'll be fixed. So he went to get the part, and he quoted me a price, which would have been about, altogether with the labor, I was looking at $400 plus to fix it. And so I said, okay. When I come back, he said, good news. I found a cheaper place to buy the part, and my bill was only $220. And that proved to me right there that they're honest people, and they could have easily charged me the $400, and they passed that cheaper price on to me, and my bill was only $220. So from then on, I go down to that garage. That's the place where I go to get all my work done. Oh, I see Johnny Strides has just put a message, put a live, he's on a live walk. I don't do live walks yet because, I don't know. Halifax not that big a place. I'm not sure it'll work here, it might. But I'm not going to do it for a while yet. I'm just going to continue to make these videos. And I'm not going to go live for a while, we'll see. I could probably talk steady the whole time, but I don't think I want to do it live right now. So, and I get out whatever days I can, but some days I'm busy and not able to make videos because I have other things I have to do. So I get out when I can and do the time I can do it, I spend it doing it, and the rest of the time I have to do something else. So I see I've got almost a half an hour in on this video, and I haven't gone that far, but I'm walking down towards, it used to be the Hotel Nova Scotia, and I'm not sure, I think it's the Westin Hotel now by the train station. I'm walking down towards that area. So if it don't shut off on me on the way there, we'll end it up down at the Westin Hotel. So we'll see how that goes. Wind's blowing pretty good, but I got confidence the mic's not going to pick up much wind today. But it looks like it's picking up my voice pretty good. So I don't dare talk too loud or I'll distort from overloading it. So I gotta just make sure I don't talk that loud. I see it don't take much to make it rise right up there. So okay, so I guess you can hear me no problem. Then I'm heading towards the Westin Hotel down by the train station. I don't even know if there's any trains come and goes there now or not. If they do, there might be. I don't even think there's one a day, really. So I remember that train station back when I was a teenager coming down here, because I had an aunt lived in Wolfville. So we used to come down on the train here, and then there was a train went up the valley as well. And I could take the train right up all the way from, at that time I grew up in New Brunswick, take the train to Halifax, take another train up to Wolfville, get off the train up there not too far from where she lived. Now that train has been gone for years, and this train station in here, we walked in there when we first moved back here 2.5 years ago, which I never actually lived here before. I just been here a few times. And so anyway, I went in the train station. I couldn't believe it. It used to be full of people. It used to be like Union Station in Toronto. It was full of people. There was nobody in there. We were the only people walking in that train station. And I just went in to look at it. Nobody there. So I got a feeling that there may or may not be any trains at all here. I got to find out, because that way I can pass it on when I find out for sure. So I'm at 29 minutes right now. So we'll see how this, I have enough space on here to finish this video. And I got to walk fast because I'm on a crosswalk, but there's cars coming. I have a right to walk because there's no light here, so I guess I can go on the crosswalk. So, okay, we're walking over towards the Westin, and just making sure I'm still recording. Yep, Okay, everything's still good. I'm going to walk towards the Weston, and maybe I'll go over towards the train station, and then we'll end it there for now, and maybe I'll do a second one today. We'll see. There's a little park right there. Sometimes in the summer, I go down to Tim Hortons and buy a coffee and a donut and come up here to this little park and sit here, listen to music on my phone and have my coffee and donut. And nice little quiet time there. Sometimes spend an hour there sometimes. But right now, it's kind of cold for that. But I'm thankful Tim Hortons is open back up. The coffee shops, the restaurants are open again. Limited seating, you have to keep your distance, but you can sit down in there, so that's a big plus. It's really rough if you're on foot and there's absolutely nowhere to go to get out of the elements. You buy a coffee and you just have to drink it standing up. And it's usually, you got to gulp it down or it'll be cold before you finish it. So we'll just let these cars go and then we'll walk across. I guess that's the best way to do it. So it looks like there was a lot of Christmas decorations here, but now with daylight you can't really see them. So there's called the Weston, Nova Scotia. I see it over the doorway there, the Weston, Nova Scotia. Used to be the Hotel Nova Scotia or Nova Scotian, something like that, back a long time ago. Then I guess Weston took it over. And I don't know about this hotel, but I would imagine most of the hotels in downtown cities in Canada, the big hotels is by the railroad station, they were owned by the railroads. The railroad built them and they owned them. But in recent years they sold them off, and other companies own them now usually. But that's the way it used to be. The hotels was owned by the railroad. Okay, so soon I'm going to end this video. I'll end it right here looking at the train station, and there's a bus station there too. There's no buses in right now, and I doubt the train station is very busy. So we'll point it right here. There's the bus station part, and there's the train station. Train station is right there. Yeah, and the bus station is right over there, that small part, that's the bus station. Okay, so on that note, we'll end this video right here. I hope you enjoyed my South End walk, and maybe we'll do something else later today. Okay, bye for now.